Facebook Live time today. I don't think it's any real secret. Today it's Veterans Day, and I'm going to do my tribute. I do one once a year on Veterans Day. But as you can see, the little tribute tag there, it's a tribute to the brave. And this is my way of saying thank you to everybody that's worn the uniform. Now, if you have any questions, you can go to show@scottfarrell.com and type those into me if you have a personal question. Now, there's a feed here for this, so if you want to type in the feed, that's great too. So just let me know what you need. Now, if you're a veteran and you need help, go ahead and type that to me, show@scottfarrell.com. Now, what's the whole idea of the show? Well, to honor veterans, but also let people know what they face when they get home. So we're going to honor, and then we're going to let everybody know what they can do in response to a veteran that needs some help. All right, so got some folks to thank before I get rolling today. Naturally, we're all proud, or most, not all. Can't use the word all most of the time. We're all going to die. We're all going to be born. Outside of that, there is no all. But some folks in my family I want to honor, or friends that I have that really went beyond the call of duty. You know, first of all, it's my two uncles. My uncles were my heroes as kids. That's Uncle John and Frank Page, uncle, both in the South Pacific with the Navy. My Uncle John had the distinction of being at the Battle of Midway. So that is that's one of those battles that we'll never forget, and it's been honored in countless movies and celebrations. So also my dad, Jim Farrell, he was actually stationed at Fort Benning, Georgia. Went down there. My goddaughter was there. So that was interesting to go back and see where my father spent his time in the military. My father-in-law, Talmadge Garrison Army, spent a lot of time in Germany with his response to Korea. And then my cousin Philip Page was Vietnam, and that was United States Marine Corps. And then my friends, my buddy Rick Curran, does Scaly Adventures. If you haven't seen this exceptional show, rated one of the top children's show on TV currently. Now, scaly means it's got something to do with reptiles. Yes. So if you're anti-snake, probably not for you, but it's a great show for kids. If you want your kids to get, I guess, pulled in, excited about the animal kingdom, Scaly Adventures, he does that show with his son and his wife. So let's get to Rick Wolf, United States Marine Corps. And he's a colonel, currently doing great projects with Marines, teaching them about Christ. Lieutenant Colonel Alan Tucker, a very dear friend of mine and a mentor to me, the United States Air Force. And Bill Miles, a friend of mine, not far from here, United States Army, currently serving in a capacity of helping all the veterans within a certain amount of counties. He's in Habersham, Georgia County, the Cornelia area. He's helping veterans on a daily basis just get through life. So my hat's off. I salute you. And then my last but not least, my friend Robin Lee, I say the female for last, United States Navy, currently lives in San Francisco. We love you guys. We honor you guys. And we want to say thank you for wearing the uniform. So what's the big deal about the military? Well, here's my philosophy. If you wear the uniform and you're willing to let people shoot at you or eventually want to shoot you, I'm all in, man. You're a hero. If you're going to stand up, take the pledge, defend the Constitution, defend our borders, defend who we are, defend our freedoms, defend our ideals of freedom, yeah, you're a hero. Anybody that's worn that uniform, I did not. I'll tell you my personal story. I was recruited for the Navy, and I was a drug addict, and they didn't like drug addicts doing anything that way. Oh, I forgot one person. I can't forget them. Someone I love deeply and considered to be a father figure, actually, is Bruce Marin, my speaking agent. Bruce served in Vietnam. Bruce, unfortunately, had to watch his best friend die in his arms. Can't imagine how awful that is in that type of situation. What we did to those guys in Vietnam is inexcusable. So anybody that served in Vietnam, I honor you extra special today. But Bruce is my friend, my mentor, my agent, like a father to me. And I love him. So I don't have any problem telling the whole world how much I love him. So that's how I feel about it. So Robin, thank you too. My goddaughter Skylar, same thing, wore the uniform. So I know I'm leaving some people out, but I apologize. I just got to get to what we got to do. So if you're going to wear the uniform and go through what you've done and go through what I know you've done. Oh, Johnny Benton, my gosh. Why? How can I not remember Johnny? He's like my brother. My little brother, he's 6'6", so he's not really my little brother, Johnny Benton, the chosen. Thank you so much for your service also, sir. So I can't forget my little brother. I mean, come on. But let's look at what it takes to get there and what we really need to do for these guys and girls when they get home. Here's my theory on this. Now, I've been to two-a-days. I've been through any type of athletic thing you could probably do. I've never been the basic training. I like to, we go to Hilton Head quite often, and we get to ride past Hell on Earth, Paris Island. There's a reason why they call it Hell on Earth. It's no fun. It's hell on earth. I mean, it prepares you to be a machine. It prepares you to follow orders, not understand defeat, and then go do the mission you were assigned. That's it. It's that simple. I don't know about you, but basic training sounds like it's hell on earth anywhere. I don't care what branch of the military. It's not designed to be fun. It's designed to prepare you for what you're going to face. Anytime you're in a live situation, it's hell on earth. People are shooting at you, trying to kill you, and you're out there trying to kill them and defend our country. It's that simple. Is the military anti-God? No, absolutely the opposite. I get this question all the time. God ordained militaries to defend his purposes. So if you've got that uniform on from the United States, you're ordained by God to go out and defend this country. So let's stop all the guilt that we give people that have worn a uniform and have had to strap on a weapon and go out and defend our country. It's ordained by God. They're ordained by God to go out and defend these borders. And it's whatever it takes to do this, they were ordained to do, period. So end of that argument. So let's get on to the next things. I mean, what does a veteran know? What do they go through? What does someone who's been through that category, through that basic training, through any of that training, and then had to go overseas in any capacity whatsoever? Well, there's certain things that veterans understand. And if you watched A Few Good Men, I was on Nathan Jessup's side, actually, not Santiago's. But that tells you a lot about me. I'm an all win at all costs kind of guy. Now, it's tragic that he died. I'm going through some of the movie lines. But some of the lines were true. When you pick up a weapon, stand a post, you can speak. I don't know what it's like to do that. Have I been shot at? Yes. I've never been shot at by an enemy that's been organized and orchestrated to annihilate me. That's never happened. I had drunk people. I've had just stupid people shoot at me. That's different. I've had people pull guns on me. It's still different. It does not count because, yeah, I've been through some tough things. I've never been through that. I've never been shipped off away from home, away from my borders, away from my family, not knowing what's going to take place. And then I got to jump out of a plane. And then I've got live ammo shooting at me while I'm there. I've never had to hold someone while they died and bled all over me. I've never done any of that. But I listened to every single person that wore the uniform because they did. They went through basic. They went through the training. They went through cold, tired, and hungry is what my buddy Rick says. Every time the Army wants you to do something, you'll be cold, tired, and hungry. I haven't gone without food for 7 days. I haven't had to drink my own urine. I haven't had to, whatever it is, take on 5 people, kill them all, keep going on 7 days of no food. I haven't done any of that. I haven't had to go live in 30 below weather and then tough it out and still not eat and still not have anything to drink and still not be able to go to the bathroom. None of that. I haven't come home for a war where I gave it everything I had and had the government turn their back on me. Haven't done that either. And then for Vietnam, they came home the baby killer, and none of which was true. It was orchestrated by the media and the liberals in Congress and the Senate. None of that was true. Let me explain something to you. If the people were fighting, and we're still doing this today, they like to use women and children as decoys with bombs. So what they'll do is they'll have a baby here, and they'll have a female, and then they'll put the bomb in between the baby and the lady, and they'll sacrifice the lady and the child to blow American soldiers up. It's still being done. Or they'll send a child with a bomb strapped on him into an area where American soldiers are. They like to have the photos of American soldiers shooting kids. What you don't realize was that kid had enough C4 on him to level a whole building. Or the lady did, or it's a fake baby, and they've sent the lady out there because if she doesn't do it, they're going to kill her whole family. So we're one of the few countries that we will fight that don't use women and children as decoys to kill people. The people we are fighting, remember something too. I mean, I'm a pastor, so you got to get this straight. Lucifer is against us. So whoever we're fighting is backed by Lucifer. Lucifer doesn't have a moral code like we do. So he's going to use anything possible to try to defeat us. That is women and children. That's why they strap bombs to women and children. Then the American media likes to take photos and then call us baby killers or call our military baby killers or say that we're doing something illegal or say that we hate kids, none of which is true. Now, it's the problem is our American media is in the tank for the enemy. Keep that in mind. I think there may be two outlets right now that aren't in the tank for the enemy. It's being played out now. China good, America bad in every single outlet of the media. Back in Vietnam, it was Vietnam good, us bad. Look at Hanoi Jane. Jane goes over, gets countless soldiers killed, and then takes up for the enemy, and then watches our guys get slaughtered. And she still says she didn't do anything wrong. I mean, I can go into that all day. So don't ever ask me about Jane Fonda. You're not going to get a good response about that because I know what my cousin Phil went through while he was in Vietnam. None of it good. They got back. We betrayed them. We've never helped them. The VA still is not right. Although Donald Trump has done everything he could to help this. He and Reagan are the two ones that probably helped our guys the most. I can go in a whole history lesson on this. Forgot one kid. Oh, my goodness. I just saw it. Alex Bennett. He's our sponsored kid for our church. What's wrong with you, Pastor? Alex is serving in the United States Marine Corps. Not going to say where. But we send them care packages. It's amazing what's changed. You used to want certain things that we would send. We started sending stuff to people in the 70s. Now it's still in the 2020s, and we're sending different stuff. We send stuff that they can eat now. I mean, they are kids, so they want to work out. They want to look good. They want to be buff. So we send Alex Bennett is our sponsored guy for our church. We always sponsor military people. If you know someone that needs to be sponsored, send it to us. You can send that to the church account on encounterchrist.org if you want to go over there. I'm the pastor of that church. All right, so let's get back to what's going on. Now, why should we help our veterans? Okay, I'm going to give you two reasons with expanded reasons why that. For one, the United States government's turned their back on them. Once they're done with their service and you have to go to the VA, if you want a fun day, go to the VA and see what our guys go through and our ladies go through. It's atrocious. It needs to be fixed. It's inexcusable what we do to our soldiers when they get back. Hey, man, thanks. Get out. It's kind of like breaking up with that person you didn't like very much. You never want to see him again, but you're sort of happy for the time you're together. That's how we treat our soldiers. We don't try to fix anything. We put them on up to 10,000 medications and tell them to live with it. That ain't fixing anything. All right, so we need to fix the VA. We need to fix what we do for them when they get home. Again, I didn't wear the uniform. I didn't go to basic. I haven't had somebody shooting at me day and night and purposely trying to kill me for the period of time that I was in the military. Because of that, they vote everything. Now, do we short their pay? It really troubles me every time we come around to an election cycle. One party likes to cut military pay, cut funding, cut what we do, and then basically leave us defenseless. The other party, thank God again for Donald Trump for doing this. He upped the pay. He upped what they had. He gave them the amount of equipment they need. And then it's in the attempt of straightening out the VA situation. So if anybody's, I know I'm preaching to the choir probably here, but it's got to get fixed. Second, we have to understand them when they get home. I suffer from PTSD for a different reason. But PTSD is real. Now, think about it this way. And I do human programming for a living, so listen to me, please. 0 to 7 is where we're programmed. So most people that go to the military have one form of programming already, good or bad, it's there. Then they go in the military, they normally go in between 18 and 25. So now they're being programmed again by whatever branch they're in. Okay, so that's one programming set. Now we have two programming sets, and now they're going to come out, and now they have to learn a third set. Here's why. The first one's going to be how they're programmed, and that's in lockstep. That is in their subconscious. That is how they will function forever. Now they have the military set. Now that's also a set of functioning, and they will do that probably forever in some sort of sequence or way. Now, the thing is, did this programming match this programming? Don't know. Normally, this programming here, what are you taught in your programming for the military? Overcoming, victory. There is no excuses. It's a team effort. You've got to do it. You've got to keep going. There is no excuse for not getting that task done. If you got to take the hill, take that hill. Highly organized machine that will get the job done. Victory, not victimhood. You have to do what it takes to overcome whatever the obstacle is. That's probably not jiving with their previous programming of whatever it is. Now, you take someone who's been in a live zone for the last 3 years, you bring them home, you discharge them. I don't know about you, but it'd be kind of hard to just fit right back into society. You've been trained to kill people or defend or to take a hill or whatever that is for the last 3, 4, 8, 20 years. And now you're supposed to just walk through a building, fill out some forms, sign some documents, and then walk out and function completely like none of this ever happened. We don't ask other people to do that. We don't ask retirees to do that just left the job. We don't ask athletes to do that just left being a pro sports team. But we do ask people that have just done everything they could to defend this country to just go out and act like it never happened. How are you going to go out and act like people didn't get killed beside you? How are you going to go out and act like none of this ever took place? It's impossible. Why do we keep asking them to do that? No, what we need to do is understand that they've been programmed twice. Now we got to write another program for them to function in everyday society. I spend a lot of time talking to veterans. I do a lot of work with veterans. A lot of it's free. I do whatever I can to help someone who wore that uniform. Out of my family, out of my immediate family, that is, I'm the one that didn't wear the uniform. Now, my brother didn't either, so there's 2 of us. But mine was, I was a drug addict, and it's a long story. Don't want to recant that. But why shouldn't we do everything we can to help them? Now, we have to understand them because we don't understand what they went through. Are they going to have flashbacks? Of course, part of PTSD. We don't know what they contracted. We don't know what organisms are in their body. I mean, this can go on and on and on. And if you want to know, just ask any veteran. But before you say anything, go to Washington, D.C. and put your hand on that wall. You can't touch that wall without feeling what they felt. Now, I've had the privilege to see the one that travels. I saw that at Fort Benning, and then I went to D.C. several times, and I always go by the wall. Nobody in my immediate family lost their life in Vietnam, World War II, or Korea. Now, we didn't start losing people till later, but it's sobering to go to the wall and just touch it. And there'll be veterans around. You can talk to them and ask them questions if you want to. I always do. So until you open your mouth and you don't appreciate them, you don't understand what they went through, don't say anything till you do. Now, the people that are bashing them are going to bash everybody anyway, but understand what it takes to wear that uniform before you open your big mouth. And now that we've got, golly, what's the last count of veterans that are still with us that are going through their medical problems, psychological issues, just getting a job, which leads me to my legs thing. Man, I'll hire a veteran before I'll hire anybody. Here's why. Let me go back over the list again in case you don't realize why you want to hire veterans. For one, they're good with firearms. Okay, ain't nobody going to rob your place. They'll protect you. They'll be able to do the things a lot of people can't. Remember, they know how to overcome. They're not victims. They're always victorious. If there's a job that's got to get done, they'll get it, won't ask questions, then won't complain about it. They'll complete a task no matter what. If you give them something to do, they're going to do it. And they understand honor. They understand code. They understand what it's like to fight. They understand that things have to get done in a particular manner. And there is no excuse for not getting those things done. Wow, that sounds like why I hire people. They can't be lazy because who else is going to go 3 complete days with no sleep and no food and no water, not going to the bathroom and still firing a firearm? They just don't leave and forget how to do that. So what do you think they could do for your company? There's a thing on Facebook, Pin Up for Vets. It's great because it allows our girls to come home who wore the uniform, no makeup, don't feel pretty, to feel pretty. And this lady does an excellent job honoring the vets. It's in honor of the pinup girls from WW2. But she does a great job in honoring these ladies. It's very tasteful. It's elegant. I always think of Betty Grable, Jane Mansfield, Marilyn Monroe, and all the posters from then. And it's done that way. So my hat's off to you, the lady that does that. But let's get back to what they need. So we've handled medical treatment. That's got to get done. It's inexcusable. We do anything that didn't honor our veterans. All right, number 2, pay. I've gone through 3, understanding. Now, I want to look at opportunity with these guys. Now, we have several veterans groups. Probably the one that's most widespread or most well-known is Wounded Warrior Project. Okay, it does great things. Don't have any problem helping those guys out. Now, I would ask some of my veteran buddies what they think of it now. There's been some turmoil and a controversy there. Controversy, I think, that was just ginned up to because somebody wanted control. But what else can we do for these guys? Opportunity. Some in Congress like to say they're baby killers. They like to go out and kill people. We should never let them own a firearm, et cetera, et cetera. Those are also the people that want to defund them and hate them, and the same people that want to defund the police and first responders. And so we don't listen to them. They don't count, and they're stupid. I don't think there's any other word. I've got a few other words, but I'm a pastor, can't use those. But opportunity. When veterans get home, for one, they need love. So throw your arms around and love on them. But once they're ready, let's get them back in the workforce. Let's get them back out completing tasks. There's nothing worse than being told that you're not needed, you don't deserve it, you can't continue. There's nothing worse than saying, you did this, so you're not qualified. Again, let me go back to this again. A person who's taken a hill, who's shot the gun, who's fired the tank, who's done the logistics of the military, who's had to put up with the craziness of the military. Hurry up and wait, hurry up and wait, hurry up and wait, hurry up and wait. Doesn't make any sense. I mean, and then had to deal with Congress on top of all this. They can put up with anything. So what do we have in businesses? We have sales, we have customer service, we have engineering. Several of these guys are engineers from the academies. I've been fortunate enough to have some ball players. I think I've had a ball player at every academy. What else? Every single job you have at your company, a veteran can perform. Also, most veterans understand exercise. They know how to stay in shape. They can do 6-minute miles flat. They understand that. If you hire me, you're placing faith in me, and I'm gonna go out and do the job you gave me to do. Also, we got a lot of veterans who own their own companies. I make sure if there's a veteran that's got a company that does what I want versus a company that's not owned by a vet, I normally go to the veteran. Why? Again, let me go back over this again. If you wore the uniform I did not wear, and you decided to be cold, tired, and hungry and leave your family and leave the safety of the United States to go take care of things for me, I'm using you. I'm going to do everything I can to a veteran. I'm going to spend as much money as I can with them, and I'm going to do whatever I can to help them. Because I'm not there at 2 a.m. when they've had a flashback and they're screaming in the middle of the night. I'm not there. I'm not there to make that okay. Their wife is, their husband is, their kids are. They're the ones having to go through that. Why would I not want to give money to that person? Why would I not want to fund everything that they need? Why wouldn't I want to give them a discount on my services? Why wouldn't I want to help a lot of these guys for free? It's part of my company. Part of my company is solely designed to help veterans get over PTSD, to go over and get past their programming, pre-programming 0 to 7, then the military program, and then help them program themselves to go on and be successful. That's what we do. And we're adding more services to our company as it goes. Now, my umbrella company is Success Matrix, so international. So we do things like that. But I never talk about it, but today's the day to talk about it because we do whatever we can to help veterans. So now that we have better medical care, let's get them better pay while they're active. Let's have some understanding when they get back because, again, it's hard enough to transition when we go to the beach. I mean, when's the last time you came home from the beach and said, man, I'm so glad I'm home. I can't stand the beach. I hate the relaxation. I think I'll just go back to work and fit right in. No. How many days does it take us once we get back from vacation to really get back in the flow of life at work? So imagine being gone for 3 years, 3 tours of duty, people shooting at you. You're hungry. You're tired. You're covered in mud, and it's 140 degrees outside, and you got 100 pounds of pack on and then a breathing apparatus. And then people wonder why you're just not fitting right back in. Yeah, seriously. I mean, come on. So here's my task. Here's my challenge to everybody. For one, let everybody in your immediate family or friendships, let them know how much you appreciate what they did. So next, go help them. If they own a business, shop with them. If they've got to go to the VA, help them. If there's a VFW or American Legion or whatever's in your county, see how you can be of service. I've got my pin for American Legion, my whole tree of family. So I keep that pin. It's dear to me because it signifies that someone in my family did something great in the service of our country. Also, I've got the flag. Youngest, when my dad passed, I got the flag. So it's near and dear to me too, because anybody that's ever received one of those flags, you understand what it took to get that flag. Somebody had to serve. Chances are they died. And then you get to have that flag as an honor, not only to them, but the memory of every single soldier that ever wore the uniform that fought for this country. I never look at the flag just as my father. I would be mistaken for what that flag represents. It represents every single person that ever wore the uniform and died either in combat or died once they got home. So it's all inclusive of every branch of the government or the military that flag symbolizes. So I just don't see my dad. I see everybody that I ever had serve. It just signifies that that day my dad passed. That's how I see that. Now, so if we're going to provide opportunity, let's provide it. If they need a loan for a company, why don't we do it? Yeah, it's again, I'm pastor of a church. It's the church's job to do this. It's never intended for the government to do any of this. It was the church's job. And we do as much as we can, like we do Operation Christmas Child. That's for Jesus. Then we do as much as we can for veterans. I live in Hall County, Georgia. So Hall, Habersham, Stevens, that branch over there, Jackson, we try to do what we can for vets. And I reach out to vets if they want to sit down and talk, whatever it is. I do what I can to be a solution to a problem. Do I know all their problems? No. Will I ever know all their problems? No. But I will know what they do tell me, and I'll operate from that perspective. And then the last thing we do, we've got to make them understand, and this frustrates me about my people in my profession. We have some pastors that tell military soldiers that they have to repent, that they've done something wrong, that's not of God, they work for Lucifer. Stop. As I know I'm running out of time, let me finish with that. Again, pastors, if you're listening, they were ordained by God to defend the Constitution of the United States, which is backed by God. We are one nation under God. Therefore, every single person that's ever had to strap on a gun, police department, fire department, first responders, and military are all ordained by God to defend and protect this country and to defend and protect the citizens. At no time do they owe repentance for that. At no time do they owe anything that we owe them. God put them in a place to do a job for him. No different than when Joshua took his men, no different when David took his men, no different when Moses took his. Ordained by God to go do a job. God thanks them, we thank them, and it's our job in the church to go ahead and thank them and take care of them. All right, I see that our time is winding up. Again, my heartfelt appreciation for every veteran. I see Johnny's here, man. I love you, brother. And then my mentor, Lieutenant Colonel Alan Tucker, a Bronze Star recipient, a true hero who fought for this country in the Air Force. I won't go into all the things he did because he doesn't like it. But he and Johnny are heroes, the best. And Bill Miles is still a hero because Bill is still fighting that battle for veterans in the Habersham County area and with the VFW. All right, so what's your task today? Show some love, throw some love their way, shower appreciation on them. Go ahead and get your churches. Not everybody goes to my church. Go ahead and get your churches on helping veterans. Or even better yet, if you've got somebody active from your church, send them some love. Try to get them something every 3 months at least. Let them know that everybody at home loves them and appreciates them and wants to say thank you to them. And then when they get home, give them a job, give them an opportunity, give them a loan for the business, whatever it is. Let's keep this going so we can take care of the very people that defended us. You got up today free. You got to have that coffee free. You got to do your job for free. You got to earn your income for free. You got to do all these things because somebody paid for it. Now, it was free for you, but it wasn't for them. So they decided to pay the price and pay what it took to do that, to make sure that you got to live free. All right. So thank you so much for being here today, and I'll be on next week. But do me a favor this week. Write out a list of how you can help veterans and write out a list on how you can help the active duty people. And then when they transition to veterans, you've already got your list on how to help them. How's that? All right. So I'm Scott Farrell. If you have anything to say to me, it's scottfarrell.com is my website. Or you can reach me here at show@scottfarrell.com. And thank you to all the veterans. Thank you so much for doing a job that I did not do, but I love you and appreciate you for it. All right. Take care.